23 CR 4795, State of Texas versus Abel Rodriguez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state.
Defense. All right. And are you Mr. Rodriguez? You're charged with the offense of theft of a vehicle, 2,500 to 30,000. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Evidence to find you guilty, the court will defer finding the guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we're just asking that you follow the plea agreement.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, how old are you?
24 years old.
All right, and what's your relationship with Crystal?
She's a cousin through marriage.
What's your drug of choice?
It used to be marijuana, but I'm 2 years sober.
And what else?
Just alcohol, but I don't drink anymore. I have type 1 diabetes.
Okay, alcohol, marijuana, what else?
That's it, Your Honor.
Why are you taking a vehicle that doesn't belong to you?
I don't know how to drive. It was kind of a misunderstanding. She picked me up. I was a passenger.
No, there's no misunderstanding. Do you want a jury trial?
No.
All right, because there's no misunderstanding. And here's the thing. I tell people this all the time. You're going on a joyride. You don't know what people are going through and what is happening in their life, right? The person's vehicle you took, did you read the police report? You know what it says in here?
Yes.
It says, on January 26, 2023, Stephen was unloading his vehicle after attending a funeral. So can you imagine his mind is elsewhere. He's just attended a funeral, which means somebody has died. Probably somebody that he cares about, because I do know some people who just show up for funerals because they're professional people who show up to funerals. You know, they're like, oh, this person died. Let me go to their funeral and see what everybody's wearing. But normally, when people show up to funerals, it's usually a loved one or somebody they had a connection to. So he's going through all of that, probably not even thinking, leaving in his car, keys in the car to just go in and talk to people for a few minutes, and he comes out and it's gone. Because you and Crystal just want to take something that doesn't belong to you. These are material things. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And if you can't afford it, then walk, get some fresh air, take the VIA bus. I used to take the VIA bus, and I love walking. You can't tell it by my weight, but I do love walking. All right. So do you have any children?
Yes, Your Honor.
Age?
Oldest is 9, and youngest is 3.
And who are they with?
Right now, they're residing with their mother.
When's the last time you had contact with them?
I want to say about 2 months ago.
From jail?
Since he's been in jail. I mean, he's had contact with them all along, I believe, until he was arrested. Well, not recently, but a couple of months ago.
How far did you go in school?
I got my GED.
So what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
Planning on getting into construction.
Yeah, but I mean, you have plans how you,
I was going to get into pre-criminal justice. I'm with the Indian reservation that provides college and schooling.
so what are you doing with criminal justice?
I was thinking about becoming a lawyer.
Well, I'm sure your attorney will tell you any occupation in Texas or anywhere else that requires a license, you have to pass a background check.
Yes.
And they may look at this and say no. So you may want to look into that before you spend money. Law school costs at least $100,000. Okay, defense, do you have any recommendation? You're asking for length of probation time?
I believe that we were both asking for 2 years for adjudication.
All right.
Prosecution as well as the defense.
All right. Well, I'm going to keep him on a little bit longer. But of course, if he completes everything early, the court will consider early termination. So whether or not you're on for 3 years or 2 years is up to you. Okay.
I'm willing to do as long as probation, as much probation you need to give me.
All right. And if you're released today, where are you going to be staying? With who?
I'm going to be staying at my aunt's house.
All right. Did your aunt want you there?
Yes, she does.
Did you talk to her and ask her, can I stay?
Yes, I kind of like help with her friend, helping her being a caretaker, and she's helping me with my diabetes.
All right. And what's this tattoo on the side of your face? What is that a tattoo of?
It's a cross, Catholic cross.
All right. Why did you do that?
It was supposed to be smaller, but the guy kind of did it.
Let me see it. But did he just freehand it? Because usually,
He-
and so you had no idea what was happening.
I have no idea until I looked in the mirror and I was like, dude, it was supposed to be a smaller cross. I was like, this is my face I gotta live with it, you know? Yeah.
Well, you can always get it removed. Was this a professional?
He said he was a professional, but it was done at his house, and I am looking into getting it.
At his house in the garage, baby,
Yes.
while everybody's drinking and smoking? I don't know. And what's with the tattoos on the arms and
A
stuff?
tribal tattoo and my daughter's name
Okay.
from an Indian reservation, so they did this at like we're crown dancers, so yeah, it's kind of,
So you say you have your daughter's name?
yes, right here, Alexis.
All right, here's the thing about having children. If you put one name on there and you don't put the other,
Oh, I know, I gotta get my other two.
so. Well, here's my thing about tattoos. If you're gonna put names on it, usually the safe bet is mom and children, because moms are supposed to love you and you're supposed to always love your children, but don't do significant others, because sometimes they pass in and out of your life.
That's true.
All right, 3 years deferred adjudication. And restitution, if any, and no contact with Stephen Magallanes, regular reporting, random UAs. I'm going to want 90 sober meetings in 90 days.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to want a TAP evaluation. If the TAP evaluation recommends inpatient treatment, we'll start with outpatient treatment.
Yes, sir.
Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors.
Sure.
200 hours of community service restitution.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you don't have to affirm after each one. Just say it in your mind. We're going to do parenting classes. Once he completes parenting classes, the community service hours, 100 of those will be deemed to be satisfied. I'm also going to want you to either be in college or either in trade school. Once he is in that, then the remainder of the 100 hours will be deemed to be satisfied. You understand?
Yes, sir.
There's to be no contact with Crystal Barajas. Field visit one time per month for 3 months. And if there are no issues, those can be discontinued. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. In this court, communication is key. If there's an issue, discuss it with your probation officer. If you feel that the probation officer is not addressing it or not solving it, you can always come into court. From here on out, everything that you do, you need to ask yourself, is this something that can result in me going to the state jail facility for 2 years? In state jail facility time, I know your attorney has told you, is day for day. So if you get sentenced to 2 years, you'll be doing 2 full calendar years. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. Ms. Bill, it's always 22 CR 6154. State of Texas versus Jacob Garcia. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Travis Banks of the state of Texas.
Defense.
Jason Goss for Mr. Garcia.
And are you Jacob Garcia?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you entered a plea on an amended indictment to the offense of stalking. And you entered that plea on June 6th. This was reset so that the complainant could come and give victim impact after sentencing. I've just been informed by the state that she will not be present, so the victim impact statement will be read by the prosecutor's advocate. Is there going to be any objection to the advocate doing that as opposed to the complainant?
No, Your Honor.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client before the court sentences him?
Yes, Your Honor. Obviously, the charge was changed based upon the facts of the case. We believe that this is an appropriate resolution. My client is gainfully employed. He's been employed for many, many years. He will continue to be. This was obviously a situation where my client was in a dating relationship with the named complainant for a period of time of about a year. All of this occurred kind of in the immediate aftermath of the breakup. We would just ask for a follow-up bargain, which we've bargained with the state. We have been bargaining for a long time now, and we've come to this resolution that would satisfy both the complainant and allow him to take responsibility for what his actions were.
All right, and the court will note in the police report that the complainant stated that she did not want the defendant to be arrested. State, have you spoken with the complainant? Is the complainant aware of this agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, the complainant is aware of this.
All right. Mr. Garcia, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jacob Daniel Garcia.
All right, you're gonna have to speak up a little bit.
Sorry, Jacob Daniel Garcia.
How old are you?
29.
I'm sorry?
29.
And what do you do?
I'm manager for months.
A manager at Bill Miller's? When are they gonna reopen the Bill Miller's that's right on Houston?
That became IT.
That's not gonna happen?
I'm pretty sure.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they need to tell people because people walk there because there's a sign up there. That's just a side note for you to let people know. So how long have you been working there?
11 years.
Do you have any children?
No.
All right. Do you live with anyone?
Lives with my siblings.
And is that just you and your siblings or
Yeah,
your mom?
Me and my siblings. Since I'm the oldest one, and then there's my two younger sisters and my younger brother.
Oh, how old are they?
My younger sister's 20, it's 28, 29, and then 60.
All right. You need to
17. Sorry.
17. You need to remember their dates of birth because sisters like to receive birthday gifts.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So are you taking care of them?
No, we're taking care of the 17-year.
Okay. All right. This is what the court is going to do. Sentence you to the 4 years deferred adjudication. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, 150 hours of community service restitution. With regards to the community service restitution, let me ask you, is there a reason why your parents are not involved?
You know, my father died in 2020 and my grandfather died in 2020. So they were full custody of our little brother. So since he passed away, we pretty much just been there for him.
All right. And where's your mom?
My mom, we have different moms. It's a big confusion, but his mom is not in the picture. My mom, she comes by every once in a while.
Okay. All right, we're going to revisit those 150 hours of community service restitution in just a moment. There's to be no contact with the complainant in this case. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
She does not want you anymore. The relationship is not working. Do not call her. Do not text her. Do not friend her on Facebook, although I know that's what the old people, they say, do, Facebook. But it is like she does not exist for you. If you have contact with her, we're going to have issues. And what's going to end up happening is probation is going to find out about it. And when they find out about it, there may be a motion to revoke file, and your sisters and brothers are going to be at the house taking care of themselves without you. Do you understand? There should be proof of employment. Within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular reporting. And probation, is he allowed to just report by Zoom?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right, so you can report by Zoom, and I'm only doing that because you're working and because you're helping take care of siblings.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to want a field visit. And probation, it can just be one field visit. I want to make sure that everything is the way it should be. And then however often you all want to after that. We'll do regular UAs, or you can do the patch. The patch costs more, but the patch is less time consuming on you because basically they put the patch on you and then they have you come in and they take it off on a certain date and time as opposed to any other way. So it's completely up to you if you want to do the regular UAs or the patch. With regards to the community service hours, they're asking for 150 hours of community service hours. I will probate 50 of those hours. And again, that's because you're taking care of your siblings. And I don't like people to be on probation to set them up for failure. All right. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court?
No.
Please subscribe to help the channel.